Today. Other interesting political news, you have Dwayne Johnson, the Dwayne The Rock, says he won't endorse Biden this time, and he actually regrets his 2020 endorsement. Because remember, Dwayne The Rock Johnson in 2020 said it was a good idea to like Biden and Harris. He believed in them. And for those who don't remember his eloquence, we'll go ahead and we'll play a brief clip here.
EJ.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, guys. I got to tell you, well, it is so good seeing you guys. Senator Harris, it's a pleasure to finally see you and finally meet you.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to see you. I'm a huge fan of everything from Fast and Furious, all of them, to Jumanji. So thank you for your work.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you for your work.
For her work? I can't remember. Oh yeah, when she was a leader in California, she arrested thousands of people for marijuana use, and then went on a podcast, and when they asked her if she used marijuana, she simply laughed awkwardly with her signature evil cackle.
Start off by saying, guys, I've been a lucky guy over the years in my life and my career to have been part of and participated in some real defining moments. And I have never publicly endorsed a presidential candidate or a vice presidential candidate in my life, over my career. So I figured let's kick this conversation off this way by me officially publicly endorsing you both to become president and vice president of our great country.
So remember, thank Dwight The Rock Johnson for the past couple years. If you agree that this has been a great economic boost, the country is a great direction, because he convinced millions of idiots to vote or that way. Because there are people who worship celebrities and they'll buy a product, or they'll, in this case, buy the belief in a politician because of them. Again, he acts for a living. He's not a political analyst. I'd love it if he said, I think you're going to do X, Y, Z really well. Or I think you're a great candidate because of 3 bullet points. I mean, we know he doesn't do that, but we'll play a little bit more.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
That's
means a great
incredible.
deal to us, for real. Thank you.
Really.
For real.
Thank you.
You guys are both obviously experienced to lead. You've done great things. Joe, you've had such an incredible career. You've led, in my opinion, with great compassion and heart and drive, but also soul.
Oh.
And you and I talked.
I forgot. That's very important. I forgot that is on the presidential resume. Soul. I almost forgot that one.
About that in the past and how important soul is. And Kamala, I'm going to embarrass you just for a little bit because I'm going to talk a little bit about your amazing experience. And you have been an attorney, a district attorney, a state attorney, a U.S. senator, smart, tough. I've seen you in those hearings. And
so remember, Dwight The Rock Johnson called Kamala Harris smart. I don't know how large of a sample size it is in terms of who he's had contact with in his life and what he considers smart. But for the record, he called Kamala Harris smart.
in my opinion, you are a certified badass.
I'm honored and thank you for that. That's a huge compliment from you.
You're welcome. Joe, you and I have talked about the relationship that you had with your father. You know, this idea of respect and earning respect that our parents have taught us. My dad always said, respect is given when it's earned. Question I had is, how will the both of you earn the respect of all the American people once you're in that White House?
By doing what we say we're going to do, by keeping our word, by leveling with the American people, by taking responsibility. When we fail, acknowledge it. We're not going to be perfect, but take responsibility. Say, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I believe. And tell the truth. That sounds so basic. But the American people are strong. They're tough. They can take anything if you level with them and tell the truth. And one of the ways we're going to do it is demonstrate we mean what we say. Our administration, DJ, is going to look like America. It's going to be representative of all of America.
Right. So that was 2020. And a lot of people believed Dwight The Rock Johnson said, you know what? I think that's a good idea. I'm going to vote this way. We appreciate your words of wisdom, Mr. Rock. I'm sure no one made fun of him saying he was as dumb as a rock or he looks like a rock. I'm sure no one did that. But now, times are changing, and the approval ratings are way down for Biden across the board. So, like a true two-faced charlatan, Mr. Rock is going to follow the direction. What way is the wind blowing? Pretty much, he'll just do anything for people to like him. Just watch the Joe Rogan interview. It's the most boring interview Joe Rogan's ever done when he was with Dwayne Johnson, because he was just a walking billboard. Now, this comes to us thanks to Benny Johnson, and Benny Johnson said, quote, breaking, Dwight The Rock Johnson says he regrets endorsing Joe Biden in 2020 and will not endorse him in 2024. And this is the very intellectually stimulating Mr. Rock.
You made that endorsement in 2020. Are you happy with the state of America?
Am I happy with the state of America right now? Well, that answer is no. Do I believe we're going to get better? I believe in that. I'm an optimistic guy, and I believe we can get better. The endorsement that I made years ago with Biden was one I thought was the best decision for me at that time. And I thought...
at least he admits it. It was the best decision for him at that time. Because again, Biden was more popular back then. More people voted for Biden than ever in U.S. history for a presidential election. So it was the popular thing to do. So that's why Dwight The Rock Johnson did it. Not because he authentically believed that this is the best presidential candidate who's going to have the best policies to help everyone. No, he just did it for himself, obviously.
Back then, when we talk about, hey, I'm in this position where I have some influence, and it's my job then. I felt like that then. It's my job now to exercise my influence and share with this is who I'm going to endorse. Am I going to do that again this year? That answer is no.
Because Biden's not as popular this year. That's why he's not doing it. It's not because he authentically gives a damn. He just wants to do whatever is the most popular thing. Because that's what he wants. That's why he'll never run for president. There's so many people speculating maybe the Rock Johnson, maybe he'll run for office. No, because half the country's going to hate you regardless of whatever you do or say. A lot of things are just politics. People are locked into the left, locked into the right. People would hate him. I don't think he'd do that. He wants the most people to like him. Which is why it's even more ridiculous that he started getting into politics. But again, he thought, well, a lot of people like Biden. More people voted for him than ever. Well, I'll throw my hat in that ring. Now, this went viral. Got 3.2 million views and 38,000 likes. One of the first comments comes from Paul Zupa saying, quote, welcome back to Reality Dwayne, getting 51 likes. USMC LadyVest says, quote, some of the damage that has been done may never be recoverable. I blame every single person that supported Joe Biden for the destruction of America. I'm getting 3.2 thousand likes. Yeah, Thrill the Gorilla saying, quote, I stopped listening to The Rock after he and Oprah begged poor people to help poor people in Hawaii, yet he and her could do more than help them with more than all of us combined. Guess they're too busy land grabbing after the fires. Speaking of fires, where are the missing Maui kids? I'm getting 1.1 thousand likes. Valentina Gomez says, quote, huge red wave coming in 2024. Excited to be on the ballot with President Trump MAGA. I'm getting 148 likes, which that's also what we were told during 2020. And yet the GOP had so many ineptitudes and the Republican Party made so many mistakes. Instead of a red wave, it was more of the red twig. What was it? Drizzle is anemic to say the least. Sarah Rose says, quote, doesn't mean he's voting for Trump. I'm getting 566 likes, which, again, I suspect he'll never actually say that because that would make him unpopular among a large group of people. You also have General TM saying, quote, Michael Jordan would never have endorsed a political candidate because Michael Jordan is a wise businessman. I'm getting 718 likes, which is true. It's allegedly said that he rumored when someone asked him, why don't you get into politics or, why do you care what conservatives think? He said, conservatives buy shoes too. Gunther Eagleman says, quote, people are waking up. I'm getting 811 likes. Scroll down, you have Harrison Crankson, quote, it would be funny if we reelected The Rock as president in 2028, getting 30 likes, which I don't know about that. Let's see here. Scrolling down, you say, Peace Most says, quote, after his Oprah's Maui fiasco, Dwight Johnson has his PR agents working overtime to repair the damage he did to his brand account, getting 56 likes. Let's see here. See if there's any contrarian statements. I don't see them thus far. Redum1974 says, quote, how much was he paid to endorse him? Quote, getting 11 likes. Star Dream says, quote, I wish people had more foresight. Anyone with eyes could see back then it would be a mistake. Just saying, getting 45 likes. Like Eagleman simply says, stop voting Democrat. I'm getting 97 likes. see here. Eric Cook says, quote, the Rock will run for office before it's over, and I trust him about as far as I can throw him on quote, getting 50 likes. Planet of Memes says, quote, people are waking up, getting 66 likes. Let's see. Murphy50 says, quote, won't publicly endorse him, but he'll vote that way anyway, unquote, getting 44 likes. Heavenbound.org says, quote, how's the Maui fundraising campaign going, Rock? Unquote, getting 88 likes. Let's see here. There's got to be a couple contrarian statements. People saying they love The Rock and his eloquent, brilliant mind. I mean, probably not. We haven't found it yet. I've been scrolling for a little bit here. Bill Casey simply says, someone will get him. He'll endorse Biden by summer. Grover Looning says, quote, oh, okay, we do have a contrarian statement. I had to scroll a little bit, but we found one. He says, quote, big respect for him to be able to be honest about this. Most don't have the courage and humility to just say I was wrong, unquote, getting 2 likes. Which, no, I don't think that's why he's doing it. He's doing it because it's the popular thing to say. Look at the approval ratings across the board. Biden right now is not electable in terms of Trump is beating him in almost all these polls. So the odds are Trump will win. I'm not saying that will necessarily happen. There are a lot of unknown variables, a lot of things we can't control. But, I mean, right now it seems to be the more popular opinion is to support Trump. I think that's why The Rock is changing his mind. And he's also, again, he's a prime example of a walking PR billboard. I mean, again, watch the Joe Rogan interview. It's so boring because he says so little and yet stayed there for so long. He's just avoided every controversial question and basically just bragged about the products that he endorses and he makes. So let me know, does The Rock, does his influence have any regard to you? Do you take advice from The Rock? Will you be not voting for Trump or voting for Biden because of what The Rock says? I mean, now he regrets his decision. Is there anyone tuning in who voted for Biden because The Rock said it'd be a brilliant idea? Or how many of your friends respect him to the point where they will vote for someone, even not just The Rock, vote for anyone just based on a celebrity saying who should you vote for? I mean, that I'd be really curious to see how many people would really admit that. I mean, let me know if you ever heard one or met one of those folks. I'd be fascinated, of course, to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or a comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Sharing the video is also a great way to help with the natural Rumble and YouTube algorithms. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.